You're listening to Spark TV, where we bring you daily interviews with real women in business at all stages. I'm your host, Danielle Lewis, and I am so grateful to have you here. So good, Amanda. Welcome to Spark TV. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. It's just going to be amazing.
It is. I know, because we've already been gas bagging for the last 10 minutes. So I was like, oh God, we need to hit record. Otherwise, we're just going to chat all day.
Yes, we will.
Oh, I love it. Let's start out by telling everyone who you are and what you do.
All right. Well, my name's Amanda Honpho, and I'm the founder and owner of the Hive app. So the Hive app is an all-in-one family admin app to essentially share the mental load associated with household responsibilities. I'm sure we've all been there before, when we forgot when we last mopped the floors or when we last vacuumed, and also being the default parent. I think there's always or the default person in the household, I should say, is you always you've got so many tabs in your brain that it's essentially to put it all in one. So that's where Home Hive was created when I became a first-time mum in 2022. I didn't realize that all these tabs in my head need to be put somewhere so that hubby could, find it without asking me where the Netflix password was or who our insurance company was. So this is where Home Hive came into play. Yeah.
This is so cool. I love this. So I'm the default home looker afterer because
Yeah.
I work from home. And apparently when you work from home, you have all this free time to do all the jobs.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Oh my God, it drives me bananas. So this is amazing. I love this idea so much. So is it a desktop app, mobile app? Like
Yes,
sounds
so it's
technological.
yes, so it is launching on the Apple and Google Play Store this Friday, the 18th. So yes, it will be on there. And
Awesome.
it is compatible with Apple and Android devices, and it's a subscription-based model. So yes.
Oh
Um,
my God.
yeah, it's so exciting. I'm so nervous at the same time, but it's super exciting.
That is so cool. So, for anyone listening, go to the App Store now because it should be out by the time you're listening to this podcast episode.
Yep.
So, that means it's got to have been like a few years in the making for you, right?
Yeah, so my daughter's now 3.
Hmm.
So I sat on the idea for a little while, as you do, and I'm
Yeah.
literally at the very beginning of my journey in business. So I'll give you a bit of background. I have no tech background whatsoever. I've always
Love
gravitated
it. Love just a go getter. Yep.
always gravitated towards more administrative, positions.
Mm.
Hospitality, retail, legal, accounting have all been in there before. And so once I became a mum in 2022, I was like, where do I put all this information? But as I was looking after the little one and you have a little bit more time on your hands as well, I was like, why do I need 5 different apps for one purpose of sharing this load with the other half? And bless my partner, Matt, he was like, I want to help you. I just don't know where to begin because you've always done everything. So,
I know. I feel like they do have good intentions, but we
yeah,
clearly know who the dominant sex is, and it's women.
yes. Yeah. So then I thought, oh, I'll just sit on it for a little bit. And it kept just bothering me. I don't know. It was
Mm.
just this passion and this drive in me to go, surely there's something out there. I played around with different apps, looked around, and I was like, I don't need an app to tell me that my house is filthy and flagging red. I just need it to tell me when I last did it. And I don't need coins or anything like that to reward me. So there wasn't
Mm.
really anything in there. So I found that gap in the market was, how and, where could we put all this into one? And after talking to friends and family, I wasn't alone. Everyone was
Yeah.
like, oh, I do exactly the same thing. I have a whiteboard on, I still write on
Yes.
the whiteboard
The
and magnetic
fridge is
whiteboard on
my
the fridge.
whiteboard.
Yes.
Yes.
Or I have to, go and tell the other half, and then it comes across as nagging. So
Mhm.
the feedback was just like, oh, there has to be something out there. So I did some research and I essentially went to a few different developers. I did a prototype, and it's only 2025 this year that I really started to get the ball rolling
Mhm.
and, created my company, the setup, the business
Oh,
name.
congratulations.
Yes. So
So
it's only
good.
very, very at the beginning. Look, it did take a little while. I, had another baby as well. So that was,
Oh, does
yeah,
that help?
yeah. So it's
Oh,
been a bit of a journey. So my second daughter was born in April this year. So
wow.
it's just been, trying to juggle mum life as well. I was working full time and then doing this side hustle as well at the
Oh
same
my
time, this side
gosh.
business with Home Hive. It's been a lot. But look, I'm very passionate about Home Hive. I really believe in it. To have the ability to share that mental load with, the other half is, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And I can't wait to share with everybody this amazing app that I've designed. So yeah, so it's been in the making a bit. So now that we're officially with Apple and Google that have approved it, and with the launch happening,
Oh
now
my
it's
gosh.
just about me getting out there. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. So what was it like? I mean, obviously it sounds like you had a team developing the app. What was it like coming from non-tech and then now you're managing a tech person or a tech team to actually build a mobile app for you?
Yes, and don't get me wrong, I think I was just being naive is not a bad thing, to be honest.
Oh my God, I totally
Really?
agree with that. Like sometimes if you know too much, you can actually be the problem in the
Yes,
process. So that's
yeah.
so good. I love that you said that.
Yeah, so literally, it was a little bit of, I had to do a lot of research, and I think
Mm.
maybe from having the idea to actually going into developing at the start of the year, like I had like a 2 hour gap where I was researching, finding out, the terminology as well that I wasn't used to, and one big part is, joining, you know, groups like the Spark,
Yeah.
community, other ones as well to just kind of get some more input and, you know, get ideas and help, yeah, with everything. So I guess for me, now I've lost track of the question. Yeah, with the tech. So
Oh, managing the tech. Yeah,
yeah,
me
yes,
too. I was
managing
just
the
like
tech.
intently looking at you going, what is she going to say?
Yes, managing the tech.
Yes.
Yeah, so really determining the terminology, it was a little bit difficult. But
Mm,
again, like I said, I think being naive just really helped me, to be honest. I was able to ask more questions. All right,
mm.
like with the tech guys, dumbify it for me because I don't understand what you're saying. Like, okay, what's MVP? I didn't even know, like minimal viable product,
Oh, yes.
you know.
Yeah, or the language.
Yeah, the different types of coding and everything, I was just a bit oblivious to it. But that's why I hired the tech side
Mhm.
to deal with that. So, which is great. I will admit that me doing the prototype really allowed me to visualize my idea. I think that
Mm,
I had this idea, but I actually couldn't visualize it until I did a prototype. Um, and once they put it into, like, once they just showed it to me, I was able to go, oh, can I change this? Can I change that?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a visual person as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's actually such a brilliant idea because it really helps to be clear with a developer if you're showing them if there's something kind of physical, tangible that they can see. I think it helps communicate what it is you actually want to achieve a little bit better than kind of just going, oh, I want it to do X, Y, Z, and they kind of have to figure it out.
Yes, correct. But I was able to use that prototype and then go to other developers and see
Yes,
how they
nice.
would change it or, get input there. So that was fantastic. I'm very glad and happy that I went with a prototype at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so clever. I love that idea. I think sometimes we just kind of want to just make it happen, and just rush into it. And, we feel like we're always behind and we just want to go, go, go. So I do love that lesson of sometimes actually like do things in the right order, go and get feedback, visualize what it looks like. And then that way, kind of when you do launch, you're kind of launching with something that you think is pretty spot on.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Did you have to sacrifice any features for the launch, or is it pretty
Yes.
close to
Definitely. Yeah. Look, the word MVP still, gets
haunts your
drilled.
nightmares?
Yes, yes, it gets drilled into my head because
Yes.
obviously the more features that you want is obviously the more costs as well. So I
Yep.
think really bringing it down and planning as well to go, what is my purpose? I think that's what
Mm,
everyone needs to remember is in business. What is your purpose? What are you trying to
yes.
achieve? You know, um, and my one was literally sharing that mental load,
Yeah.
helping just with less stress at the household. So, bringing a chat feature, for example, is that really important? No, that's not really. People have,
Their
Messenger or
phones,
WhatsApp.
text,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yep.
they don't need a chat option in there. So
Mm,
really, but okay, but all right, let's do a notes. Okay, we've got a private note section and then we've got a shared notes section. So,
mm, that's cool.
really just balancing what is important within your mission as well, which was my mission. Yeah, yeah. So,
I love that. That's
yeah,
such a great question to come back to. What is your purpose?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
It's
And I
easy to
need
get
to,
distracted by the shiny things sometimes.
yes, yeah. And you can get a little bit overwhelmed, and that's why,
Mm.
if the more features that you have, the more costly, but then you might get, I didn't want people to feel overwhelmed when they opened it and go, oh, there's too many features in this now that
Yes.
I don't know where to begin. So, yeah, I think really restricting it to, I didn't even actually say what the features were with the live calendar,
Yep.
the live notes, a to do task management checklist, and then a
Yep.
cleaning schedule. So there were my four main features, and then bringing it into, um, being able to share it with family members. So
Oh,
that's exactly.
I love it. It's so incredible. And it's just like having built a tech platform in the past, I know how difficult it is, especially being a non-tech person. I was a non-tech person too. I still classify myself as a non-tech person, even though I ran a tech company for 10 years.
Oh,
Uh, I'm still like, I have no
I
idea.
still classify myself as non-tech too, even though I've developed an app. So
Yeah, totally. Isn't it wild? Like you are literally the CEO of a app company and you're
company.
like, oh, I'm non-tech.
Yeah, I'm non-tech.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. So what's your rollout plan? How are you going to spread the word with the world?
Yes, and I mean, doing, interviews with yourself, with
Yes.
like this. This is my first one. So thank you, Danielle
Oh my
and
God, I'm
Spark
so
Community.
excited. Yes.
um, One thing that I actually did, and that was very daunting for me last week actually, is I did a little pop-up stand at a community event. So I
Cool.
got some pull-up banners and, you know, tried to reel them in a little bit by doing a free raffle. Um,
Nice.
so once they kind of came to the table, I was able to then communicate, and this is Home Hive, and this is its features and its functions. Please feel free to like us on Instagram and
Yes.
follow. So I think now it's just that's what I need to do. I need to get myself out there and getting out
Yep.
of my comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
so
that you went in real life. I think that's so underrated because people get so like, I've got to be on Instagram, I've got to go viral. But like, no, like talking to your actual customers is genius.
yeah, yeah. So it was an amazing experience. So it was literally at a community hall and with other vendors as well, with people that have, beautiful macaroons and cookies. And here I am with
Mm.
my pop-up stand. And but my next thing as well is, which I'm really eager to do, is mothers groups as well.
Oh, yes, love
Yeah,
that.
so I've reached out to a few local play centres and going to, put on a little bit of a come on, mums, let's just have a bit of a hot coffee and a de-stress and
Mm,
yeah, just kind of let them know about it. I mean, I think the main thing is that I can relate.
yeah.
I'm I'm that mum too. I've got a three
Mhm.
month old, sleep deprived. There's a lot going on as well. Um, so I can relate to them, and I think that's kind of beneficial as well. I would be a user for the Home Hive app.
That's so cool. And it's so interesting building something to solve your own problems. I mean, that's literally what I did at Spark. It's just what I wanted, what I've wanted for the last 50 years. I'm like, I call this my selfish business because I'm like, I just love talking to amazing women on the podcast. I just love going to our networking events. I
Yeah.
just love doing this. But it is really, when you are the user of your product, I think it really does help, come back to that. What is the purpose, and be really clear about how you're going to build the business moving forward.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, definitely.
Mm. I love it. And so, how do you balance everything? How do you balance
Oh,
mum
how?
life, business life?
I don't. No.
Nice.
No, no. Look, it is challenging, you could say at times. I think the
Mm,
one thing that I've got to remember myself is that I'm still a mum as well
yeah.
to my girls. They still need me. And I can't do everything. Although I am the type of person that likes to be on top of everything and get it done and organized, I think that's one thing that I need to step back a little bit. So within the business, even though I do like to get things done quickly, I have to bring myself back a little bit and just go,
Yeah.
I'll use an example. My children were sick last week. So I really wasn't able to dedicate that time within the business.
Mm,
And a part of me goes, no, just keep pushing through, maybe stay up late and do it. But no, I think that's where my self-care as well gets involved is,
mm,
hang on a second, Amanda, just take it back. It's
yeah.
not going to go anywhere. It'll still be there tomorrow.
Yes.
Have a break.
The
And
world won't end.
yes, yeah, that's exactly
Mm.
it. The world won't end, and just, yeah, step back and just take a pause for a minute. So
I
that's
love
exactly
that. I think you're nailing the advice. I totally agree. Business is such a long game. Nothing does happen overnight as much as we would love to be
yes.
billionaires tomorrow. It is. And I think that's nice when you do connect with your purpose because it feels a bit more like a mission, like a lifelong mission. And it makes it easier to think in longer term, like time horizons, so that you are going a little bit easier and kinder on yourself so that you can
Yeah.
last. Because, yeah, especially in the early days where we're solo vibes, if we burn out, then the whole business stops.
Correct. Yeah. And you are not your best self if you're burnt out. That's why
Yes.
you need to just step back. And that's
Mm,
why when you ask, how do you manage it all? How do you, yeah, look, I try to be on top of it, but there
mm,
are days where, what, nothing's going to happen today, and that's okay. And that's what we need to
yes.
remind ourselves too, especially when you are the point of person that does everything, in the business
Yeah.
as well, especially these early days. There's only me.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
I love it. I remember I saw an Instagram post not the other day, like ages ago, that was kind of like, if 20% is all you have today, then 20% is 100%. Like it was something like that. And I was like,
It's
oh,
amazing.
that's so true. Like not every day is going to be like, oh my God, I did 10 hours of grind. I don't think I've done 10 hours of grind ever, you know. But it is that, like, what do I have in me and what can I give? And some days that's a lot. And some days it's like, well, that a lot has to go to my family, or, that we've got carers in the community and like all of these people that have all of these responsibilities. You can't just um tech bro it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the day's unpredictable. You
Yeah.
might have a plan to go, yes, I'm going to be working 8 hours straight today. And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, something's come up and okay, I've done 2 hours of work today.
I know. I'm so guilty of like mapping out my day unreasonably. Like I can get these 100 things done today. And I always do it. And then I'm like, I do one thing and I'm like, oh, I feel like a failure. I'm like, when will you learn?
But then change that mind frame. Now I
Yeah.
just change it to literally go, you know what? Change you learn from each experience. If you ticked
Yeah.
one thing off, that's better than nothing. You know what? If
Yes.
you I'm trying to change my mentality and my thoughts as well. to go.
Yeah.
Don't look at it as, oh my gosh, I didn't achieve anything today. No, you know what? I got that done. Yay.
That's progress.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and it's so true. And it's, it's funny. It's hard to break the habits. I was talking earlier about the rejig of Spark. I'm not calling it a relaunch. We're not relaunching, but restructure. And I was so overwhelmed, like, because it was all in my head. And I was like, you know what I've got to do? I've got to just map it out, like just tiny, tiny steps. And if I do one little step each day, in 50 days, then we're going to be good. And so I kind of changed, moved to that approach. And then yesterday I like planned a day of like shooting new video content.
Yeah.
And I did it to myself again. I was like, I've got to get all these videos done. I got my hair blow dried, all the things. And then I think I got like reels and one masterclass done. And I got to the end of the day and I was like, I don't even care. I'm so tired. I can't do it.
You got it done. You give yourself a pat on the back for that,
I know. I'm literally like, okay, so now I need to book another hairdresser appointment for Saturday. So my husband's away. So I'm like, maybe I can get some more done on the weekend.
Yeah. See the things that we do. But you know what? We also just reevaluate ourselves. I think it's in our nature to just go, all right, that didn't work out. Now what? I don't think, I don't know, being in business, you can't just get so deflated and just go, okay, no, I give up now. I think that, you just can't when it's your own.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like, no one else is coming to save us. So we got to look after ourselves and never give up.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God.
We've got this.
I love it. That's the pump up I needed to go into today.
We need this. We've got this.
We do. I love it. So I always love to wrap up these podcasts with one last piece of advice. So reflecting on your time building the business, what would be a piece of advice that you would give to another woman on her business journey?
Don't be your own blocker. I think that is the one thing that I definitely did, the umming and ahhing. Should I not go for it? And don't be your own blocker. We are guilty all of it, but go for it. What have you got to lose? Like, that's the one thing for me is when umming and ahhing about the Home Hive app and telling my partner, he was just like, just go for it. Like, if you don't, then you don't know. Yes. So don't be your own blocker, So that is my advice for anybody out there is go for it. I definitely have not done everything in order. I could tell you that much at times, but that's okay. I've changed that mindset to go learn from it, learn from all your mistakes or learn how you can improve for next time. Change your mindset as well. Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much. And I could not agree with you more. Thank you so much for sharing your journey and your wisdom with us, Amanda. It's been a pleasure to have you on Spark TV.
Thanks so much for having me.
That wraps another episode of Spark TV. Shout out to Spark TV sponsor IP Australia for their amazing support of the Spark podcast and women in business. And if no one tells you today, you've got this.